A summer whisper has become a thunderclap. Mark Guehi, the Crystal Palace centre-back, who came heartbreakingly close to joining Liverpool, has quietly signalled his next preference, and it is not Barcelona. The near deal at Anfield fell apart in dramatic, last-minute fashion, leaving a trail of stunned scouts, a club asking questions, and a player suddenly free to consider the rest of Europe. That collapse has flipped a calm market into a tactical war of nerves. For months, Barcelona have searched for a partner who can sit alongside Pau Cubarsí, someone to anchor the backline with power and consistency after Inigo Martinez left a large, echoing space in the defence. Guehi ticked every box on paper: Premier League, hardened, dominant in duels, comfortable with the ball, and suddenly financially feasible because his deal is entering a decisive final year. That timeline matters. Once a player enters the final 12 months of his contract, the chessboard changes. Foreign clubs can negotiate pre-contracts, and everyone calculates whether to move now or wait for a cheaper, inevitable free transfer. Reports say Guehi has told those close to him that, should Liverpool fail to revive their interest, his first wish would be to play for Real Madrid. Those words have not vanished into the ether. They've landed on the desks of Madrid's sporting department and reached the ears of decision-makers who are weighing the exact moment to strike. Do they move in January to block rivals and secure an immediate upgrade, or do they sit back and use the summer pre-contract route to avoid fees? Each option carries risk and a different political cost inside the clubs. From Barcelona's perspective, this is a setback that cuts deeper than a single transfer line on a spreadsheet. Deco and the management team had pictured Guehi as the muscular complement to Cubarsí's ball-playing intelligence, a partnership that could stabilise a backline still finding its rhythm. News that the defender may prefer the white of Madrid forces a rapid re-evaluation. Scout lists reshuffled, negotiations that once felt straightforward now clouded by urgency, and an internal debate about whether to chase now in January or risk losing him entirely to a rival next summer. Liverpool's own role in the narrative is central. The Reds moved aggressively this summer. A deal for Guehi reportedly progressed far enough for a completed medical, but events off the pitch changed the calculus and the transfer collapsed. That near miss leaves Liverpool in an unusual position. Do they re-enter the race in January, or accept that the financial and sporting logic now points to waiting for a free arrival next summer? Their choice will influence Guehi's options and the overall market dynamic for elite centre-backs. Behind every headline is a human decision. Guehi, at 25, faces a moment every footballer dreads and dreams of, choosing where to spend their prime. Real Madrid's allure is obvious: historic trophies, global stage, and the kind of defensive platform that can elevate a player's reputation overnight. For Barcelona, the appeal is tactical fit and project continuity. For Palace, meanwhile, the looming reality is the possibility of losing a captain-quality defender for nothing next summer if they cannot find a deal that satisfies both club and man. So where does this leave the January window? It becomes a gamble. Madrid can try to act fast and net a player who prefers them, but doing so would mean negotiating hard in winter while balancing squad needs and financial prudence. Barcelona can try to move quickly to close gaps now, but rush decisions often invite mistakes. Liverpool can attempt to resurrect a plan, but public patience may be short. The real drama, the piece that keeps fans glued to their screens, is that every rate alters title races, domestic balance sheets, and the narrative of which club is prepared to be bold. In the end, the clock is the silent referee. Guehi's contract situation gives clubs options but also sets deadlines. A player's whispered preference has already shifted the field. The next chapter will depend on which club is willing to gamble first and which will let patience win the day. Will Real move decisively and reshape Barcelona's summer plans? Will Barcelona pivot and find an alternative cornerstone? Or will Liverpool, nursing that near miss, wait for the prize to come free? The countdown to January and the real decisions that follow have begun, and in football, as always, the smallest choices can redraw the map of power overnight.